Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beefmaster Banner. We are your host, Josh Morrison and Jared Strickland. How's it going, Jared?
It's going good. We've finally got some good weather. Had some rain and it's warmed up. Grass is growing good, and folks are starting to lay hay down on the ground. So things are going pretty good.
It's good. We got one field cut, but that is it. So we got to get some more hay cut, but it'll come. We'll get it. I figure normally it don't rain until we start cutting hay, and then it starts liking to rain on us.
Well, that's one way to maybe bust the dry spell is go cut a little hay.
Funny story. What's funny now? I was on my way home the other day for to get some hay up, and my father-in-law called and said he was on the way to the emergency room, and I didn't know what had happened. He had smashed his finger and broke it all to pieces. It's got pins in it. And
oh my goodness!
About that time, I hurried home and took the round baler to the field. We were square belling some, and it rained all around us, and it sprinkled, and I just knew it was going to get soaked, but we didn't. So it's all good.
Got it up, mashed finger and all,
huh? Got it up while he was at the hospital dealing with that. So we're good, and he's good. So
I saw a picture of it. It looked pretty rough.
Yeah. Everything's good to go now, though. He's just on the mend. We got a sale here. Central States was the last sale this past weekend. Looks like there was 69 total lots, totaled $218,200, and it looked like the average was pretty good at 3162.32.
Yeah, we had a tie for the high selling lots. Lot 15, Zimpke Farms. They sold a heifer for $6,500. Genetics on that was TA 910 times a double D 845. And then the other lot that brought $6,500 was lot one, a black bull that J&T Farms had that was a Ring of Fire and J&T First Lady. So congratulations to those guys for having a top-notch lots at a really good sale, and it's sticking out above the rest.
Yeah, it was good. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your guys' bulls was your bull was second in the futurity. Is that right?
Yeah, he did good. We were definitely proud of that. They had a go all the way from the front to back, and just hearing from what Dad was saying and from some of the other consigners there, it would have been a good sale to definitely buy some good cattle with good quality all the way through it, and had one comment was said to me, if somebody was there starting a herd, they'd have had a definitely a good place to put one together.
That's good. That's really good, especially
that sales definitely taken off really, really well. Dad, he really enjoyed it and definitely plans to go back.
Yeah, sounds like I might need to take a trip out there. I haven't ever been to that one, but sure sound like a good one. And what I heard from you and some other folks, it was really a good one. So congratulations to everybody involved there. Before we get into our main subject tonight, which we're going to talk about the Southeastern Beefmaster Breeders Association, just wanted to take a minute and sort of let everybody know we appreciate all the listens we're getting. I believe this is episode 9.
Number 9. Hard to believe that we've done that many already.
It is.
When we first started talking about doing it, I didn't think we would even get it that far, to be honest with you. But yeah, I definitely enjoy the feedback we're getting. We're getting a lot of feedback. Obviously, it's just us this time, but obviously we're getting a lot more feedback from having the guest on and hearing from different breeders across the breed. And I think a lot of people that are at least telling us that they're enjoying hearing that and hearing what other people have to say. And Josh will back me up on this. We're looking for whoever wants to get on here. I mean, this is a platform for Beefmaster breeders. It could be purebred breeders, commercial breeders, JBVA members, whoever wants to talk about Beefmaster cattle. It's open to you, and all you got to do is just reach out to us.
Absolutely, I agree with you, and I'll kind of echo what you just said, Jared. It's really cool because this is something that you and I talked about for months last year, probably for at least 4 to 6 months last year. And we didn't know if we should do it. We didn't know what kind of feedback we'd get. Heck, we didn't even know if we get anybody to listen to us. But we did, and we appreciate it, and we hope to keep growing. It's just another way to talk about Beefmasters, another way to talk about cattle, and it's just a fun experience for me, being able to do this, because I'm learning a lot about things that I didn't know, still being a newer breeder. So, but you know, if you're out there listening and you see us on Facebook, don't ever hesitate to comment. If you've got an opinion, put it on there. That's what it's for. Well, I love to see the comments that we're getting so far, because everybody's got a different opinion, and that's kind of the fun part of it, is we can have different opinions and still get along, be cordial to each other. So
and grow from learn things. That's that sounds like obviously the comments, and I get Josh, you'll agree with me that we're getting back that we're obviously getting people talking about it and talking amongst each other, and maybe that's going to be a good thing, and maybe we're like Ty said in the last episode, we're working together and helping the breed become better every time we get out there and reach with folks.
Yeah, I agree. And not every conversation and not every subject matter is going to be a comfortable one to talk about. But I think that's part of the fun and the experience in this setting, because it is just opinions, and we like to stay positive, but sometimes there may be times that we go to different subjects and we want everyone's opinions, because we're not saying that our opinion is the right one. We don't know. Sometimes we don't know if it is or not, but
yeah,
that to me is the most fun part about this, is getting to talk to everyone, learn about, just like Ty. I knew Ty. I didn't know Ty very well. I knew him from SEBBA and some other places. Always been super nice, super kind, but I didn't know about his cows. And so just like that, anybody that wants to come on, you're welcome to come on. Don't matter who it is.
Yep.
But once we get into our main subject for the night, it's SEBBA. So that's the Southeastern Beefmaster Breeders Association. Jared and I are both members of it. Try to be as active as we can there. It actually began, or I guess was established in 1974, became incorporated in 1990. I don't know the exacts of that, but I believe there were some sales before it was incorporated. I don't know exactly how many. If somebody out there knows, by all means, let us know, because I'd like to know. At one time, it was the biggest satellite in the United States. Is that right, Jared?
Yeah, and the breed is I think they had over 400 members at one time, and probably had, I think they were, from what they were telling us, had eight sales going at one time too. So
there was a lot of happenings, and then obviously the economic downturn that hurt a lot of folks.
Yeah, back in, just going by what Dad told me back then, back in that recession, 2008, some of the guys that had businesses kind of had trouble, and they kind of disappeared and stuff. But I think we're growing back. So
yeah, we're definitely growing. I feel like there's more and more people every year coming to the sales, or coming to our sale and getting more active. So that's a really good thing. I'm going to kind of go through the officers. That way, mainly we're going to go over the officers and the board members. So if you hear a name that you may not know them all, but if you hear one and you want to know more about it, you feel free to contact any of us at all. But the current president is Justin Williams. The president-elect is Jared Strickland. The secretary treasurer is Clark Jones. Executive secretaries are Amber Leatherwood and Ronnie Tigg.
We have board of directors too, and we'll not drop these names out, because if you're out there and haven't ever participated with SEBBA, I'm sure anybody that we talked about would be happy to give you more information on how to get with everybody and get involved. But we have our board of directors be Adam Taylor, Drew Franks, Jason Hearn, Steve and Cindy Emmons, Clark Jones, Ty Agee, and Ronnie Teague. So I'm sure any of them would be happy to talk with you about joining SEBBA. It's only $50, so per year, so nothing much to pay there to be a member. And like I said, any of these guys be and ladies be happy to help you join the SEBBA and participate.
And there's lots of good people. Everybody is super, super helpful, super nice to be around. It's a blast every year at the sale that we go to. We have a really good time, and I think I could speak for everybody on those lists, including myself and you. It's a great organization to be a part of.
Yeah, most definitely.
And you can contact me. I'll be glad to talk to you. Call me. You can find me on Facebook. Anywhere you can anywhere you can find me, I'll gladly talk to you at a sale. I love meeting new people, so especially at sales. So that'll be a good thing.
It's hard to hide these days. So if anybody wants to talk to you, y'all can get a hold of us if you're interested for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So each position will serve a 2-year term. If you're ever interested in wanting to be on the board, by all means, come to somebody. Be more than happy to have you. We're always looking for new ideas. So if you want to do that, you'll serve a 2-year term. And then if you want to be, part of it, if you don't, and you just want to come hang out, you're welcome to do that too. We have, we have all kind of things. We have awards every year at our banquet. We'll go through those. You have new breeder, member of the year, breeder of the year, and performance breeder of the year. So a wide variety of awards that anybody can get. Somebody that's been in it for 40 years or somebody that's been in it for 2 years has the opportunity to win an award. And that's the cool part about it too. And I know a lot of other satellites have that, but I like that because it kind of gives everybody a chance to compete and maybe win something. Currently we have 280 members. So I don't know what it was last year, but I'm pretty certain that is grown this year. I'll have to get with Mr. Tig on that and find out, but that is, I mean, that's good numbers just for a satellite. So
also kind of going back talking about the awards banquet, SEBBA does give out some scholarships for you young men and women that's active in the Beefmaster breed. Every year we have 2 recipients of the Fred Hoss Shaw Scholarship. That's $500 a piece. And also, and that was brought in by Kendall McKenzie back in '96. And then we have a new one that's coming on now is the Charlie Jones Memorial Scholarship, and it's for one recipient for $1,000. So for you young folks that are interested in going to college soon and active in the Beefmaster breed, be checking these out.
Yeah, and Shannon Rock Farms, I didn't put that in there, but Shannon Rock Farms is who did that. Charlie Jones was Shannon Rock Farms until he passed, and then his family now is doing that scholarship. So that's awesome. Much appreciated to them just to do that and help kids out.
And then kind of switching gears a little bit and talk about the main event. We have a sale right now it'll be the last weekend in August every year. So this year it's going to fall on August the 26th and 27th. That's going to be in Lexington, Tennessee. So on Friday before the sale, the cattle obviously will be there for viewing, and then we have lunch at say 11 o'clock. And after that, there'll be a seminar, and I believe we got Matt Wolffolk lined up for that. And then after the seminar, we'll go straight into the futurity. It usually starts about 2 p.m. And here just in a minute, we'll go over the requirements to be in the Miss Beefmaster America deal. But after the fraternity, that Friday night, we'll have our banquet for the awards that Josh was talking about, and the scholarship awards that evening. And then on Saturday, the sale usually starts about 10 o'clock. That way we get going pretty early and get you back at home, so you can get back home pretty quick. But one thing that SEBBA has changed about the Miss Beefmaster America deal is you bring your heifer, and instead of taking her back home, you sell her. And I think that is a kind of a driving goal to have the sale quality be raised. And I think obviously last year we did it for the first time, and it did pretty good. The sale averaged right around $4,500, and that includes all the lots, but the Miss Beefmaster America heifers, I would say, was, when you think, Josh, probably higher average than that.
It was. I don't have it in front of me, and I can't remember, but I do know it was higher than that. It was probably. I don't know. Something else that I would like to know at some point is, I mean, that was a big average. There was some big money spent there, and it was really cool to see, because it just shows that we're growing every year.
Selling the fraternity heifers, the quality was in the sale was really good. But anyway, to participate, obviously you have to be a SEBBA member. But if you do bring your heifer for that fraternity, she will sell. The entry must be 30 months, less than 30 months of old that at the day of the sale. One thing we do require is that you do a genotype. A 30 UDL would be the minimum on that. Last year we required them to be parent verified, but this time it's going to be just a genotype on those that'll help, make it a little easier for some of those sires that may not have DNA. But as we get going, hopefully that'll help build that catalog of DNA for folks, and hopefully eventually, if we go back to it, the parent verification will be on there. The more folks get the DNA taken. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I like the DNA test. I know it sounds like a hard I don't say a hard thing to do, an aggravating thing to do, but anymore they've made it so easy. For those that don't know, they just make an ear notch tool now. You put in just like you're putting a tag in one's ear, and you literally squeeze it, let it go. It's got a tissue sample in there. You mail it off. It's really simple. I just learned about it last year. Jared had told me about it, and that is the greatest thing ever, because it makes pulling DNA so easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty simple now. I mean, if you're going to be, just from our personal operation, we pull DNA when we wean them. We're running them through there, working them, and get weights on them, and that's when we go ahead and pull the DNA. Those little boxes are pretty cheap, and I think they're $25 for 10 of those, and you can go ahead and pull it, and then the actual money being spent really on the DNA is when you send it in and actually get the test done. Who's to say if you decide later on, you might could go ahead and pull the DNA and wait and decide what you might want to do with them and then send it in. But it does take some turnaround on that. But go ahead and pull that DNA. If you think you're going to keep them for a replacement or sell them or whatever, just go ahead and pull that DNA. It's not going to cost you that much. And once you start getting that catalog going, it's a lot easier to get your parent verifications and stuff like that. And I think it pays for itself. I mean, if there's certain breeders out there that's what they want, and they'll pay for that, especially if they're looking for something that in particular trait, like a homozygous polled or homozygous black or something like that. You can't tell that by just looking at them. You have to have the DNA, and that can be worth some money to someone knowing that information. So it could definitely pay for itself pretty easy.
Well, and a lot of traits like that sell. I mean, that'll bring them more money anymore too, with certain people that are just wanting pole genetics or wanting to get more to the black genetics. If they know that heifer or bull is homozygous black, homozygous polled, or both, it's going to do nothing but make them want to spend more money to buy them if they need them.
Yeah, I mean that's you're guaranteed something there, so that guarantees are worth more than a guess.
And like I mean, I think it's like $30 for the 30 ULD if I'm not mistaken, or $35. So it's not a huge amount of money. I know cost is everything nowadays, but I'm like you, Jared. I think it's an important thing to do. I try to do it on everything that we have out here, unless it's just.
And it helps to get, for breed wide, we're talking about, this is a long talk if we go into that, but EPDs and the genomic EPDs, the more samples we have, the more accurate they're going to be. So.
And we're going to have somebody come on about EPDs at some point. I would love to talk about that, and that's going to be a fun episode. Once we get them on here, so that'll be
we get there.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, moving forward, it's $250 to enter the fraternity. And if you do good, you'll get some of that money back if you win or you get a class placing. And then obviously there's a $50 catalog fee to be in the sale. And then there'll be 2 classes. So we got an open class and a bred class. And like I said earlier, they need to be less than 30 months of age the day of the sale. And then one kicker I kind of like, whoever wins, SEBBA will pay for a 1-page color ad in the Beefmaster Calvin. So
that's a big deal.
I mean, you get a good advertisement there. That's worth, I'm not sure what the price is, but it's
a lot.
$1,200, $1,600, something like that. So you got to put that in there, or you get to put that in there so to advertise your farm. So there's something there.
Well, we're not talking just a half a page or a quarter page. I mean, that's a whole page for your farm.
Full page color ad. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. And then, of course, obviously the winners will get plaques. So, and the payout for the ones that win. So, but anyway, that's a little bit about the Miss Beefmaster America fraternity. And then also, with that, there'll be other cattle. You can bring other cattle. We're going to have pairs, 3-and-1s. Bulls are allowed. They typically try to limit the bulls, of course, like with most consignment sales. That way you don't get way too many of those. And then commercial E6 or E6 eligible type lots, they'll sell them. Usually, typically, they'll sell those in like groups of 3s. So some type of commercial influence, Beefmaster influence works there. They can be crosses, like we say, E6s or bred. Generally speaking, on commercial, they typically need to be a solid red or preferably black and polled in that area where they're going to be in Lexington, that part of West Tennessee. That's kind of what they're looking for. There's a little bit of different. The commission on the commercial lots are obviously are less, but that's something that we're doing at that sale. So anyway, but if you're wanting to consign to this sale, of course you need to be a SEBBA member, like we said. But the sales manager is going to be Mike Green, so we can either get in touch with somebody we've mentioned or one of us, and but he's got a nomination deadline around June the 10th. So that's actually coming up pretty quick here in the next month or so. So we need to, if you're thinking about wanting to consign, and we definitely encourage you to consign. It's a good sale. There's going to be, they're working hard to get the buyers there. And like I said, we had a really good sale last year. And I think we're going to build on that since the quality will be there. So we definitely need to get more folks to consign.
And, I know I talked to a few other guys this year that's contacted me, said they're putting stuff in that didn't put in last year. For whatever reason, they either didn't have something to sell at the time or whatever, but it just shows that it's growing, and I think it's just going to continue growing. I like the competition. I like the competitiveness of the fraternity. I think that's I think we've said that before. That's kind of where everything's headed now. But it just forces that, it forces you and I, it forces everybody to get better. And that's what we need. We need a little competition like that.
I enjoy a graded type sale. That's pretty neat. Because you get a grade and you get kind of placed because you get placed in there how to sell and sometimes it's pretty neat to see that. And I think a lot of sales are going to that and that's worth something, I think. And but no, we'll have a good set of cattle there, I believe. And after last year doing so well, I think that's going to bring even better cattle out. So
yes. And that's why we brought that's sort of the reason we brought the Miss Beefmaster America back is it was real popular when we had it. And then when we didn't have it, it was still a good sale. It wasn't that it was a terrible sale, but I think it just brought some excitement back to it. More so. Would you think so, Jared?
well, I think the excitement I like about it was that they're actually the fraternity heifers are selling, because a lot of times you go when we had the Miss Beefmaster fraternity, you just had the fraternity and you got to see all those good heifers. And, if you really wanted to buy something, you kind of had to make one of them sideways handshake deals or whatever to try to get them away from those folks that were selling them. And this time now that's not like that. When you show up and you get to see those really nice heifers, you have an opportunity to purchase those and bring them back to your farm. So
I like that too. I like that. I like that that's in there. Some of the folks that are consigning them probably, if they like them good enough, it probably hurts your feelings a little bit. But
well, I always say if you're going to sell a good one, it needs to hurt your feelings because that means you're selling something that's really good. So that's a good thing. And the thing about it is with SEBBA, we have some high end breeders in this part of the country, and as far as the breed a whole, I think Clark Jones, he was, I think he was the winner last year, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get the chance to buy a heifer like that, and so we got a lot of good breeders in this area, and they're going to be bringing to that sale, and so it's a good opportunity for folks to get some good genetics and a good opportunity for folks to bring some good genetics. I mean, that's kind of what we're trying to talk about, both sides of the story here. So
absolutely, and
bringing your animals there because they're going to be in a sale with good, strong competition that obviously a lot of times, when there's a good set of heifers, it brings more buyers to the table, and everybody kind of gets to rise off of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have like you said, we have a lot of folks that support the sale. Even if they don't put in, they still come and they support it no matter what. And it don't matter where you live in the country. If you live in California or New York or Florida or North Carolina like me, it doesn't matter. You can be a member, and if you can get your cattle there, you can compete with everybody else. And that's kind of a cool part. And it's like that with pretty much all satellites, but that's the fun part to me too, is you get to see a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
And we're growing. We have board meetings, and we try to figure out what's the best way to go forward. So we're not, I guess you'd say, stagnant.
When you talk about those kind of things, we're always trying to make decisions to improve, and some of those decisions are tough because you want people to participate, so you don't want to make it to where kind of going back to like the genotype type deal or whatever. We want to improve and do that, but we want to make it to where it's as simple as possible for folks to get that done. And so there's always growing pains sometimes when you're trying to improve, and other satellites are doing it as well. And I think everybody is trying to improve, and I think it'll become more of a standard anyway. So
I think so too. And I mean, it's it's a good thing, and obviously showing with how it went last year and the feedback we got after that. And so I think it's a good thing. And we're always trying to grow. If you've got ideas, again, bring them to anybody. If you think
Yeah.
something would do better or worse, or if there's something you want to add, if there's a seminar you'd like to hear, or we're always open to suggestions.
Yeah, and that's what I like about this sale is there's a little bit of something for everybody. Even if you're not selling, you're going to have good fellowship and fun with everybody and eat good, and then continuing education and getting to watch a fraternity and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be a good time to come out, and well worth a good trip, to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree with it. But looks like we're about out of time. If there's anything we left out that anybody wants to add or that you want to know more about, please contact one of us, Jared and I, or anybody on any of the officers, board members, anybody, anybody will talk to you.
Yep. So yeah, definitely be reaching out if you have any interest at all in consigning or becoming a member. I think it's a good satellite. Like we said, it was the biggest at one time, and we'll probably try to reach that goal maybe again someday. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And SEBBA does have a website. It's SEBBA, SEBBA.com. And there is a Facebook page. Also, I think it's just SEBBA possibly. It's either SEBBA or Southeastern Beefmaster Breeders Association.
I think the Facebook page is spelled out. Be the best way to find it on the Facebook page if you want to search it up.
Yeah, but like on there, message on there, or like I say, message one of us. Same goes for the podcast. Again, thanks everyone. We're at episode 9. We're just getting warmed up. I don't know about you, Jared, but I finally got comfortable behind this microphone. It was hard to get used to there at first, but
yeah, it's a little intimidating, and I think getting guests to come on there, it's been a little intimidating for some folks, but it's really not that bad. The best way I can describe it is it's just a conversation amongst folks, and obviously people can hear what you're going to say, but we're pretty laid back and easy to get along with, and we're just having a conversation. So if you're looking to I think it'd be a great way to advertise your business and things like that, on here, and talk about what you're doing so people can get to know you. Anytime when you're selling some type of product, people want to buy from people they know. So,
well, and it's free marketing. We don't charge you to get on here. So
we just, anyway, we just kind of pitching it a little bit tonight, I guess.
When we first started, I thought we might have to pay folks to get on here, but we don't charge to get on here. So
no. So, but yeah, like I said, we're like we've been talking about, it's welcome, open to anybody. So definitely, we got several weeks coming up that are open. So if you got any kind of ideas you want to get on here, just definitely reach out to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one, this episode's actually been recorded a little early. It's actually Tuesday, and this will come out on Friday. So we'll be both at Red River. So if you see us down there, come talk to us. I'd love to hear some feedback. Unless you're gonna fuss at me, then no, I'm just kidding. But no, absolutely, come talk to us. Any sale through the year that you see us at, come talk to us. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. That way we know, because if you're not listening, we're not doing this. So if there's something that you want to hear more of or you want to hear less of, let us know. And we're also going to try to get on, we're getting on trying to go to more platforms. YouTube is one of them that we're working towards getting on. So if you don't have Spotify or Apple Podcast, you can always go to YouTube, and we'll let you know as soon as we get that up and running.
A little more tricky, just the app we're using. So bear with us, but we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we're growing. We're trying some different setups and seeing what's best, especially on sound and stuff. So like I say, always let us know. Like us on Facebook. We have posts every couple of days on there. Comment, share our page. again, reach out if you want to come on. I'm just always looking for feedback. I think you are too, Jared. So I can't pound that enough. If you've got feedback, good, bad, ugly, I don't care. Let us know, because that's the only way we get better at this.
All right. Well, I think that's probably about it. I think we've pitched enough at them, huh?
I think so. Yeah, I think we've pitched that enough. So, guys, y'all have a good evening. Jared, thanks, bud.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.